Hey, welcome back to the show where we build a productivity app and try to get the internet to care. At least that's been the theme of the last week or so. Let me make it official because I feel like I missed the last one. So it's the 26th. That means it's the 26th day of this challenge. And yeah, yesterday actually on stream, it was just more a little pep talk. Some might say rant. But today we're just diving back into marketing stuff. Same thing as before. So I'll be wrapping up my Reddit campaign, at least for the guerrilla tactics, where I'm just in the threads following up with people. I said this week, so I set it by Thursday. By tomorrow, I'd post it in at least 5 subreddits and niche communities, and then I'd set up a lead magnet or a campaign for the lead magnet. So I'm going to wrap this part up shortly and then jump to this. But since I've been on Reddit so long, one, I'm a bit overstimulated. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's been a lot to just like respond to people. So I'll go over my recent posts and interesting tidbits and insights that I'm taking from it. But I want to show you just some things that aren't even about me or this app, Compass Calendar, that I thought was interesting from the trenches. So I sifted through all the mud and I found some pretty cool stuff. This one's from our web dev, and okay, this one is actually just funny. It says, "What have you paid for that has greatly helped your development?" Top comment: cocaine. Second, food and coffee. I don't know, man. That made me a one-line zinger. You don't even capitalize it. You just sends it off. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Okay, that wasn't what I was thinking, but we talked about it. Archive. This is the one I was thinking of. So let me find if this was the original post. Yeah. Okay. So our web dev again. A tiny game engine I made in HTML and JS, browser based. And what caught my eyes was just the visuals. Like, this looks so cool. Like, this looks like a cool, kind of like a music background or something, some kind of sci-fi thing that you'd play. Actually, one of my favorite, I guess the only DJ I know. Is he a DJ? His name's Toasty Digital. Let me shout him out too while I'm kind of just doing little random shout outs. Let me pull him up. His visuals are insane, and oh man, hold on, I got unblock YouTube, I think. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I can play any of the music, but yeah, here we go. Look at this. Just look at this aesthetic. And I think is it active? So he'll remix a song. And this is just like a still. And a lot of them, they move a little bit. I think it's when an album's going. He has these kind of like animate. But I thought I don't know what this style's called. If you do know what it's called, let me know, because I really like it. Kind of black, white, chalky, techie. Almost feels like a military diagram. I love that style, man. So anyway, back to the actual project. What's it do? It's a terminal emulator. So it makes it seem like you're on an old terminal. And I'm gonna pull out a couple of them just to show you. And it actually runs in the browser. There's some background sound. So this one has actions. It says status feed or open log. Let's just do status. So it's just static data, I think. We'll do feed. So it's talking about the world. So it's almost like you're in a spaceship and you're getting the world news. Authorities insist that recent anomalies are under control. And the font here is very similar to what I used in my terminal emulator on the landing page. I want to say it's VT232, but don't quote me on it. Big font guy, so I appreciate this stuff. It's like an approximation of an old Windows font. So, okay, that was one of them. I think that's it. Like, pretty simple. There's another one. Loki 10. No, I'm going to mute here. Okay, this one, you're in a submarine. Same idea, though. You got little commands. Let's do measure depth. Depth nominal. Cam. So let's change the little screen up here. Then you got your radar or sonar here. It's just goofy, man. It's fun. It's cool. I can tell he put some thought into the design clearly. I love stuff like this, man. This feels like real internet stuff. You know, this is not slop. Definitely not slop. There had to be some thought gone into this. I'm sure he used AI a little bit, but still. Shout out our web dev and this guy, one condition 1596. Shout out that. Okay, was that all I wanted to show you on Reddit? Probably. We should probably talk about. Oh, one other thing. I tried out Figma Make, and we were thinking of how do we prototype a feature we want to add, which is like an interactive onboarding for our shortcuts. So normally, let me pull up what we got now. This is our prototype site, but it'll give you the idea. We have like this overlay on the right with the shortcuts broken down into sections, which is okay. And then once you hover in the actual app, there's tooltips, which is okay. And then the app also has a command palette, which is okay. Like those are all good patterns, but it's just kind of overwhelming. You don't really know that, and it feels like an afterthought when you're onboarding to actually learn the shortcuts. But because it's such an important design principle with the app, like to make it keyboard driven, so it's accessible, so it's fast, so it's relying on the web in the best ways. We want people to use the shortcuts and get in the flow, and that'll set us apart. So getting them to think through shortcuts right at the start is what we're going for. And we're like, how do we do that? And so I told Figma just a really simple prompt. I said, calendar with a sidebar that has an interactive onboarding to show the user all the supported shortcuts. And I said, move it to the left and make it more of like a highlighted as you go. And so this was 2 shots, and it's pretty sweet, and it's interactive too. So I'm typing T here. It's moving to the next one. It's highlighting. Like I like how it has this. It's called a scrim, I believe. There's like so many element terms for what things are. But I think this, where the backdrop kind of goes dark and it highlights this, I think this is a scrim. So anyway, it's got a scrim. It's got like a pulsating thing, so it's very clear what you have to do. Typing P, arrow signal. It feels really quick. Like this is better. This was a much better experience than V0 for me, just to prototype like a concept at least. And I feel like if you're just going for conceptual, Figma seems lighter weight, a lot lighter weight than going with like a Lovable or a Bolt or a V0, because it cranked these out really quick. Let's add a new thing just so I can show you. What else could we change about this? Oh, this ain't good down there. T. I don't like how it's kind of just going down the line and it's not, you don't actually see the element. I don't know the right fix for that, so let's just leave it up to them. All right, so I tried to make it problem based and not force it into a solution. I said its design isn't great because this is like blocking the background, and you don't really see what the shortcut's doing. Um, so we'll see. It's writing React right here with an effect hook, even a couple effects. I like this idea of just letting it write just ugly React all in one file, and then where to go from here though. Like if you're just if you can get this nailed down, do you as the developer just start over and like you decide, pull out all these workflows? Do you do screenshots? Could it process a video? I don't know. Okay, so now it moved it down here. It made some room here. I feel like this is going to be better. Let's see. I like the step 1 of 5. So I'm going to type T, N, P, arrow. Yeah, this is better. That's better. Long story short, check out Figma Make. I think it's I'm pretty impressed. I tried it out a little bit ago and it wasn't that impressive, but it got good. Here's the code. Not too crazy. Not too crazy. Yeah, I want to save this because I'm going to come back to this. Hold on. All right, thanks for indulging that. Okay, back to Reddit. What actually happened? I had a couple posts and I like what I did. Let's look at them. I'm sticking with the question theme, like genuine question, open ended, and then somewhere in the question I sneak in a little detail about, hey, this applies to me because I'm doing what I'm doing and making a productivity app and blah blah blah. So this is our open source, and I tagged it promotional. There was a discussion flare. There was a flare with the option of discussion, and I said, no, I'm going to make this super clear up front that I'm pitching something subtly. And I think that helped me avoid some downvotes. So I'll refresh real quick. It was 3.4K. Yeah. You see that it went up to 11K. That was just in like an hour or two. 11K views on this question, 16 upvotes, 23 discussions. Here's the question. I say, what's an example of a big open source app? And I talk about how there's open source utilities and libraries, and those code bases are very different than like a full-blown consumer-facing app, which has billing, feature flags, CI, schemas, migrations, APIs, component libraries, end-to-end tests, CLIs, doc sites, shared utilities, and more. And then I list 3 of them that I know about that I like, but I encourage them to say what they know about. So I say, any repos you'd recommend I check out. And the last line I say, Trying to build some good mental models as my open source calendar app grows to avoid some pain. Subtle. I like it. It was subtle. If they read that and they're like, oh, open source calendar app, that sounds interesting, they can head over. And a lot of good discussions. I'm trying to respond to all of them to just keep the momentum going. Although, this guy's asking, is this a rage bait post? Don't know what that means. Well, I know what rage baiting is, but I don't know how he would see it that way. Maybe he's on to me. I do look at all these repos. They listed a lot of repos, and I do look at them and I clock how they structure it. So it's not why I'm okay with this is it's genuine. I actually do learn from these guys. Meme. Let's see what this is. Blender I don't know what Blender is. Is that like I think that's a new thing that I think I should know about, but I don't. Blender. All right, 2 people said Blender. I gotta look up Blender. Hold on. "3D Creation Suite." Blender.org. Okay. Seems like an older one. Animations. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about this. Let's check out the GitHub. I said I would. Okay, C++. Not crazy on the start. 17K. I mean, that's still a lot, but it feels like it's been around for a while. Lib. I don't really know how C is organized, but I'm guessing there's a source folder, or maybe it's lib. See, this is why I like doing this, because I'm a little out of my element here. Source. Okay, they spell it out, not src. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's do editors. Yeah, this is a real one. You can tell this is a real mature one. Just by all the subfolders. Hooey. Man, when you have one called geometry, you know it's legit. Physics. Okay. This is just like high school classes, like in their whole source code. They're handling entire departments of math and science. Physics. Here's all the physics. Dang, man. This is some real engineering stuff, not some web dev stuff. This is the real deal. Wow, man. Look at these arguments. They're insecting a line segment, and they're passing in 2 columns and then 3 versions and then whatever these 2 are. Whew. No joke. That was a good one. I'll reply to those and do that off stream. But that's one post I liked. And then another one. What was the other one? Oh, the other one was in Roast My Startup. This guy. So this one feels more of like a peer group. And it's post your startup for other entrepreneurs to roast it. So it's not really end users here in the same way that like our productivity apps would be just normal beta users or first movers. This is like people in the game. So there's less of them, a lot less. But you don't have to cloak it or hide anything. It's just like, you just share your idea. So yeah, mine didn't even get much traction at all. 2 hours ago, 99 views, no upvotes. Yeah, I don't know. It's been tough to really honestly explain this to strangers and get them excited, because I think there is a way to be more clear. I think there is a way. I think there is a way to be super clear up front, but also like be exciting about it. The reality is it's a productivity app, and it's like combining your calendar and your tasks. This is me just like describing it as it is. I'm not trying to pitch it. I'm not trying to add any sauce onto it. It's just like tasks and events. Compass. We just manage them a little differently, a little better. And then underneath the surface is where I think the real soul of the project is. But it's I've had a hard time communicating that up front. So here I try to say like, it helps you lock in. Like it helps you with your focus, cut out the noise. While everyone is recreating Notion or forcing you to use AI, we're doing the opposite. Trying to add a little drama or something. We're keeping things simple and just making it feel good, and it's open source. Yeah, man, like this isn't a new issue I've had where I try to explain what I'm doing and people are just like, yeah, whatever. Just another developer making just another to-do app. It's tough. It's been a challenge since like day one. If you have the solution, the fix on how to get out of this, let me know, because this is affecting every pitch I'm doing. This is affecting my landing page. I think when I'm in person, I can convey it a little better. I just add a little more resonance to it, but when it's just here and it's just text, it's like it's hard to really stop scrolling and be like, whoa, I need to stop everything and try this now. Because honestly, it is a vitamin in the sense that it's a nice to have. It's a premium app for people who care about like high quality apps and are willing to pay for something that goes above and beyond and is crafted well. Even though you already have a free kind of version of this on your phone in Google Keep or Apple Notes or Apple Calendar, like you don't need Compass Calendar to survive in the same way that you need like Google or ChatGPT. And it's tough. It's tough to pitch that. Like that's just part of the road I chose. Like that's the road I'm on. I think, like I said, there is a way to do a lot better on that dimension than I'm doing right now. So yeah, that was Reddit. I'm updating my list here, so I have a lot more options to pick off from. I'm holding off on web dev until Saturday, because on Saturday they have a tag for all web developers to post on Reddit. No shame, as long as you tag it with Show Off Saturday. So best believe I'm jumping in that mix on Saturday. Maybe in the morning. Maybe I'll get up early again and get in there before everyone else is on Saturday. We'll see. So yeah, I was looking at, since I mentioned it's open source in a couple of these, I was trying to look at the traffic and see if there was any bump at all to the repo, and not really. So it went from 40 to 90. I guess that's something. But those are clones, and I don't understand why, what is cloning my code 90 times so far today. Bots. It has to be bots. AI, something. The government, I don't know. But these are unique cloners. So 42 are unique, 90 total. So about half are different. So some people are just doing it twice. So that's like, that has to be bots. And then we look at visitors, 53. Like it even went down from 2 days ago. But here, when I was pitching again, it went from 10 to 110. But of these 110, not even close to 110 signed up or went to the landing page, I can tell you that. So overall, this is I'm just trying to figure out what to do about this. They used to say where these people came from, but this is down. It's temporarily unavailable right now, as you can see. These referring sites, which is actually super important to know where your traffic is coming from. If I go on my Google Analytics right now, it'll just say a lot of it's direct, which means it's just like, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's SEO or they're coming from here or what. So not having that info is handicapping my ability to decide like what is useful for my time. Hey, it's me. Oh boy, Sammy. I think it's Sammy. It's called Compass Calendar, and there's a link in the description, but I'll type it out here. It's a productivity app to help you simplify your day. Check it out. Open beta, public, free for now. Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to just crank through Reddit stuff. Like, I can't wait to kind of be off here and move into, after Reddit, I'm going to move to directory sites or listing sites. So these are sites where it's like, Reddit, there's a lot of like builders and creators there, like people like me and probably like you. But these listing sites, I think, are more for casuals, which are the people I'm interested in more. So what do I mean by listing sites? Like this is a service where here we go. These up here. This is a service where they'll get you all your info once and then they'll post on these sites for you. There's Reddit, but then there's Beta List. There's AppSumo. These are review sites. SaaS Hub, like alternatives for, in my case, it'd be like alternative to Google Calendar, alternative to Sunsama or Todoist. This is where a lot of people go. This is great for SEO because these sites have high domain authority, which means Google looks upon them favorably. So if I have a link, if they link to my site, Google is going to rank my site higher. So that's, as far as I understand, this is a big win to get on here and to get good reviews and some traction and some ranking up on their boards. So I'm excited to do this and get off of Reddit soon enough once I can get out of the trenches. But I still got a couple more to go. So I'm just gonna bite my tongue and do it. But yeah, I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do that one off stream. And then I'm gonna jump into creating the Facebook campaign. That's the other step I have to do before doing the backlinks. So I have a lead magnet already set up. Pull that up again. So this lead magnet, discover my archetype, productivity quiz, yes or no. It then assigns you one of 4 archetypes based on how you work. For example, this is the workhorse archetype. And then there's a couple call to actions here, not so subtle, about, hey, try a compass, because if you work like this, you'll work well in my app. And then here we go, back in my app. So I'm excited about that one too, to try lead magnets. Basically, I'm excited about what's coming up, and I just got to get through this Reddit stuff. So I'm going to hop off, keep this one short, type away on Reddit, and then keep moving forward. I'll see you guys tomorrow during Turkey Day. Thank you.